You definitely don't know what mistakes you're gonna make before this first solo trip, do you? Well, don't worry, I'm here to fucking help you. These are the 7 most common mistakes you'll make on your trip. You don't want to end up like this guy, so this is you right now. This is me before my first solo trip, and after this video you'll end up like this mischievous cat and this happy guy. And also I'll give a bonus mistake tip, so stay tuned till the end of this video to know what that mistake is. You don't want to fucking miss that one there. So let's get straight into it. So the first mistake is overdoing this shit. As you can probably see from the thumbnail, which I'll have myself posted here, this was me in Prague, and long story short, this was because I was overdoing it. This was actually at a club. I was vomiting, I was puking, and because of that, I fucking bled a lot. Because I did like 7 days of partying before that, and I partied the day I landed in Prague. So the first mistake you can do is overdoing it, and also a bit of a tidbit, but over planning it as well. This is the 3 overs I like to call them. So overdoing it, over planning it, overthinking it. You want to keep your expectations low on this first solo trip to avoid overdoing this shit. You want to have a bit of a balance, like this wave. Have a bit of a balance so that you can manage, you know, going fucking hard and also relaxing. Don't be like this. Don't be like this. Don't overdo it too much. Just be a bit more chill. Keep things simple. You don't need to over plan it, because the moment you over plan it, you start overthinking like, oh shit, I need to do X, Y, and Z. I need to go to this club, then I need to go to this mountain hike, then I need to go to this matcha workshop, blah blah blah. It's too much. That's probably the biggest mistake, having too much on your list. Make things simple. The more simple you can have, the more fun it'll be, because you know you don't have any high expectations, which is a no-go. You can go with the flow. You can be this chill guy, and you keep things simple to avoid being like me here in Prague. So step number 1 and the biggest mistake is overdoing this shit. Don't over anything. Next things next, we got packing too much. This is like one of the biggest mistakes I've made myself, and a lot of fucking people make. You can keep it as simple as this. Do not overpack this. Do not fucking overpack. You'll probably only be packed, like if you pack this much, you'll probably only be using like 50% of it, honestly. You only use being like 50% of how much you pack. And you only need to pack the basic essentials, like your clothes, some medical items, some passport details, of course, a universal adapter. You fucking need this, otherwise you can't charge your shit. Of course, you need a charger, and also some ziplocs or some like plastic bags to, you know, have some dirty clothes on, or just have like some extra stuff so you can pack into it. Pretty simple stuff. This is all you fucking need, basically. And yeah, don't pack too much, because you probably won't even use that much on your first solo trip anyways. Don't overdo it. Third biggest mistake I see is people not doing health insurance or travel insurance, or fucking compare the meerkat. Basically not buying any insurance at all. And to this I say, don't be a fucking idiot. Get some basic health insurance because you need it. What if you break your leg, or what if you have a concussion, or what if you need to go to the hospital and you don't have health insurance? Or imagine you go to goddamn like New York City, or you go to some place which has really expensive health cover. You're fucked. So make sure to just spend like $100 to $200 on this insurance stuff, and you're fucking like set. It's better to be safe than sorry. And also travel insurance as well. What if your fucking flight gets cancelled, or something happens with your plane or whatever? You need these two. So get health insurance, get travel insurance. You can use my boy Meerkat, compare the market to make sure you can check the rates so that it's cheaper. But yeah, always buy insurance, please. And this is your first solo trip, so fucking buy it. Next things next, the idea that you have to be alone this entire trip because it's a solo travel trip. And to this I say, no, you don't have to be alone the entire trip, even though you're going solo. And this idea or this premise like, oh, because I'm solo traveling, I have to be alone, right? No, that's not how it is. You can actually talk to people. You're just in a different environment, a more foreign country. But think about places like Bali, Europe, Mexico, more like social places. You can land in Bali like this hostel. This is one of the hostels I stayed at in Bali, called Lushi. And you can talk to people around you, like all these people here. You don't have to be alone. You can go to a hostel, you can go on a walking tour, you can go to a matcha workshop using this app called Klook. You can basically talk to people. You don't have to be alone. You can talk to random people, get to know the culture, the local people. You know, you can be a social guy. You don't have to be alone. And a tip I used if you're kind of overthinking talking to people is the 3-second rule, which basically means, say for example, you're like over here and you want to talk to these guys over here. What you do if you start overthinking in your head, you basically think to yourself, all right, let me count down to 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. And then after those 3 seconds, you just go in. You can fucking stammer your words or whatever. You can say whatever, and then you can get the conversation going. To give you an example, like on my like first day of the hostel, there were these 2 guys I wanted to talk to. Fucking badass drawing. And this is me, right? And so I used the 3-second rules. I came in, I stammered my fucking words. I was like, hey guys, you guys mind if I just join in the conversation? I'm new here. And these guys, like, they're really cool. I thought in my head they tell me to fuck off, but they were like, oh nah bro, it was cool. Come join us. I'm from France, this guy's from Denmark. Let's have a conversation, you know. And you know, make sense of the walking tours, more free walking tours. You can do paid options as well, but you don't have to be alone on this trip. Make friends, talk to people, and it'll be 10 times more fun. And I reckon it's better to go solo sometimes because you have a mix of doing your own shit and also having other people from different cultures, from different parts of the world, from different personalities, which you might not even meet in your hometown. Maybe people are really boring in your goddamn hometown, and you have the ability to talk to new people who are refreshing, excitable, more to your personality type. Cool fucking shit. So don't be alone, talk to people. Next thing I see is not researching the culture. And this is pretty prevalent if you go to a place like Japan or somewhere in Asia or just in general. For example, what I mean by this is, say you go to Japan, you need to probably know some of the basic phrases like how to say hello, konnichiwa, or you say like sumimasen to say like excuse me, or you say onegashimasu, or you can say arigatou gozaimasu. You can say these simple terms just to get you going. And you know, you go to Prague, you say dobre den, or I don't know, just say something simple in the language to just talk. If I want to get to do something, or if I don't know how to do something, you need to know basic language basically. And you also need to know some etiquette. This is really important because you don't want to be like those trashy tourists that go in and fuck up the place. You need to know up some of the basic etiquette. Like for example, in Japan, one basic example is if you're in a train, you're quiet. You basically don't talk. Avoid raising your voice in public or traveling. In Japan, you also don't drink alcohol on the streets in Japan. It's really hard to litter there. Do not litter there. It's really hard to find a bin. So that's why I said in the previous example of packing, like you can have some Ziplocs or some trash bags to basically put your trash in, or just put it in your hotel room or whatever. And some basic other examples like keep your phone quiet, don't be impolite, you don't need a tip in Japan. This bow thing is, I guess, is more respect if you want to do that. Some basic stuff. And a funny example here is like, for example, if you're maybe from like Australia, America, or somewhere more friendly, you wouldn't expect like a German person in Europe, or like just people in Europe are a bit more colder, like they call this the infamous German stare. So just if you know that, you keep in mind like, oh okay, this is just a German stare, this guy doesn't want to look like he's gonna kill me, or like a serial killer, or like I fucking shat in the public or whatever. It's just the culture of how it works there. Another big mistake is not doing any safety precautions. And this is probably not as common because this is your first solo trip and you're probably more self-conscious and afraid to fuck shit up or get robbed or get kidnapped. But just knowing some of the basic precautions in the country you're going to. Say for example, in Europe, you got to be careful of pickpocketers. In Bali, you got to be careful of alcohol poisoning and food poisoning. So you would buy something like traveling, which reduces diarrhea. So knowing some of these safety precautions is really good. Just don't overdo it. Just have in the back of your mind like some basic stuff. No David shit. But basically the anecdote to this is just common sense. Like for example, if I asked you, hey, would you go to this goddamn dark alleyway at midnight in a drunken state? The answer is like, no, you don't fucking go here. Just use your common sense, have some basic list of precautions, and you're good to go, my G. You're not gonna get kidnapped, you're not gonna get human trafficked. Just use your brain. How does your gut feeling feel? If it feels like it's gonna get fucked up, or if you feel like you're gonna like get cooked, basically, just fucking walk away. It's simple as that. Use basic precaution, use basic common sense. Don't fucking walk in a dark alleyway at night if there's like 3 gang members here or some shit, and you're good to go, my G. And another thing here, which is probably not as crazy or important, but it's a quite common mistake, is not getting any passport or visa admin done. And to give you a example, we have here a image of Bali's visa passport or visa, where basically if you're staying in Bali, you need to buy a visa beforehand, and you can do this, like it'll cost $50, but not knowing this is just like more headache to your fucking trip, and it might be a bit stressful on your first solo trip because you're navigating a new country. So reduce the admin load, get any visa details you need, especially in countries like Southeast Asia, like Bali, Vietnam. Those two places are places you need visas, so get that done. Make sure that your passport is up to date. You don't want to be traveling with a shit passport that is like teared up or is expired. So get all this admin stuff, deal with any of this shit, and you're good to go. You're more stress free in your head because this is your first solo trip. And the bonus tip you guys have been waiting for, drum roll, pretty fucking simple, but not going on this trip. If you don't go on this trip, then this is like the antithesis of fucking any mistake because you're not even going here. Just go on this trip, don't overthink it. You're gonna have a fucking blast. This is the first time for everything, first time to solo travel. You're gonna go to goddamn, I don't know, Mykonos, Japan, Bali, anywhere in Europe with a waterfall. You'll be this happy little cat. You'll be crying tears of joy. So yeah, keep all of these 7 mistakes in mind. Don't make this biggest mistake, which is not go on this trip. Just do it and have a fucking blast. Hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a comment in the video below if this helped you. Let me know what mistakes you guys has made, and also subscribe if you love this content. Ciao.